Good morning. This is World Cup Daily from Stoppage Time News. Everything you missed overnight in one sitting. Coming up, Mohamed Salah drags Egypt to the first World Cup win in their history, 92 years in the making. Cape Verde do it again, stunning Uruguay while a teenage Lamine Yamal lights up Spain. And on the wire, Liverpool slam the door on Inter. It's Monday the 22nd of June. Let's get into it. Arthur here with everything that happened overnight. We start in Group G, where Egypt came from behind to beat New Zealand 3-1 and made history. Mohamed Salah scored one and set up another as the Pharaohs claimed the first World Cup win in their history, 92 years after their tournament debut. More on that in a moment. To Group H and the story that simply will not stop. Cape Verde have done it again. After holding Spain last week, the tiny island nation came from behind to draw 2-2 with two-time winners Uruguay in Miami. Kevin Pina with the opener, Varela sealing the point. Marcelo Bielsa's Uruguay are suddenly in serious trouble. Spain, though, answered their own slow start in style, putting four past Saudi Arabia. 18-year-old Lamine Yamal scored within 10 minutes of his first World Cup start as the European champions ran rampant for their first win of the tournament. And in the day's other big one, Belgium are still searching for a victory. Reduced to 10 men when Nathan Ngoy was sent off, they were held to a draw by Iran goalkeeper Alireza Bayranvan pulling off a string of saves and VAR chalking off what would have been a remarkable Iran goal. The Belgians are wobbling. Now to our story of the day, and it is one for the history books. Egypt have their first ever World Cup win. 92 years after their tournament debut, the Pharaohs finally have 3 points on the board, and fittingly, it was Mohamed Salah who delivered them. Egypt fell behind to New Zealand, but Salah levelled, then turned provider, and his side ran out 3-1 winners in Group G. The BBC, Sky Sports, The Guardian, The Independent, and the Daily Mail all lead on it this morning, and the numbers carry weight too. Salah edged another step closer to becoming the Pharaohs' all-time leading scorer, and his long, painful wait for a World Cup moment is finally over. The Mirror reports Egypt's manager broke down in tears at full time. For a nation that has waited the best part of a century for this, you can understand why. History does not come around often at a tournament like this. Overnight, Egypt seized theirs. Kate, what's moving on the wire?
Thanks, Arthur. Busy morning on the wire, and a reminder before we dive in. These are reports and rumors doing the rounds, not done deal. Top of the pile, the BBC says Liverpool have rejected a verbal offer of around 25 million euros, that's roughly 22 million pounds, from Inter Milan for midfielder Curtis Jones, with the champions said to value him well above that figure. Staying in the Premier League, the BBC and Sky Sports both report that Tottenham's highly rated young midfielder Lucas Bergvall is exploring his options with claims he has asked to leave the club. Over at Arsenal, the Mirror says Mikel Arteta's side are working behind the scenes on a move for Morgan Rogers, having already seen a rival bid for one of their targets knocked back. And the Marcus Rashford story rumbles on. The BBC's Monday Gossip column suggests a switch to Barcelona could still be on for the forward. As ever, nothing here is signed and nothing is sealed, but with the window open, the noise around these names is only getting louder. Quick hits before we move on. In the England camp, Ollie Watkins says manager Thomas Tuchel is not afraid to shout at his players to keep training standards high ahead of Tuesday's game with Ghana. That's via the BBC and Sky Sports. In the studios, Gary Lineker made a surprise one-off cameo on ITV's coverage, and The Independent and the Standard report could not resist aiming a cheeky dig at his old employers at the BBC. There's an apology doing the rounds too. The television presenter who criticized Belgium's Jeremy Doku for planning to leave the squad for the birth of his first child has now said sorry, according to the BBC and The Independent. And there was an unmistakable atmosphere before Iran's game, with Belgium, the Mirror, reports the Iranian flag and anthem were loudly booed by the crowd after pre-match protests. A reminder that at this World Cup, the drama is rarely confined to 90 minutes. Back to you, Arthur.
So, what's next? There's a full slate of group stage football today, 4 more matches over the next 24 hours, according to the Mirror and the Standard. The pick of them, France, fresh off a statement opening win, take on Iraq, and Lionel Messi's Argentina face Austria on the 40th anniversary of Maradona's famous afternoon against England. The Guardian says the champions are ready to turn up the heat. And the build-up to England against Ghana is sharpening ahead of Tuesday. The BBC reports Bukayo Saka has returned to training, a timely fitness boost for Thomas Tuchel. That's your morning briefing. We'll have shorts through the day, and we're back here tomorrow. Stoppage Time news before the final whistle.